So welcome back then to round number 3, and if you haven't watched the last episode, make sure to go and watch it, because for P6 in the championship again, Williams, we scored points. Yes, we did. We got Mr. Alex Albon with a fantastic battle in Jeddah, and he came home to score some solid points. 6 points to be precise, one of our best finishes in a full race. And now we're on our way to Australia. Very difficult track. We got points here last year, I think, and it's a normal no rain this time as well. So let's get into qualifying and we'll be right back. So here we go then in Q1 Australia. Let's see what qualifying times we can do, and as always we're going to skip through the first lap, and then we'll focus on our final run, because obviously we don't want to fill you out with qualifying just qualifying. 26.3, 26.3, 18, and Porsche, very nice lap compared to Albon. He's a tenth and a half up. It's a 17.6. No idea if that's any good so far, but I'm sure we'll find out, as Leclerc only manages P2. Ferrari maybe on the back foot here. So let's focus up. It is our Q1 final run, and we are P10 and P13. Getting through at the moment. That's alright, but a few cars coming out of the pits. Hopefully that doesn't affect us too much. Pourchaire's just starting his lap as well. We need green sectors, that is key. We want to be aiming for around that 7 tenths off the pace, I think. But we're going to find out if that is doable or not. Albon's going to come through the first sector now. It's going to be a 26.3, so it's an improvement, which is what we need. 26.2, even better by Pourchaire. And that's quite surprising based on him having the older parts. We're going to get held up a bit as well. We always find traffic in qualifying. Albon is probably going to go out again here, and he's lost a good 4 tenths. That is not good for Alex. Magnussen expect to improve. That is frustrating. Alex Albon across the line not going to improve. Pourchaire is. Pourchaire, look at that, up to 7th. But we got done by traffic once more. If Albon doesn't hold on here, honestly, it's so frustrating, because we don't deserve to go out. And I think we're through. Come on, we're through with Williams. Why are we happy about that? Alonso smashing it. Theo P8. You can see the time, 5 tenths different in Q1 between the drivers. Used tyres is what we go out for. To smash through a lap first of all as we start. Let's go. Q2 time. Can we get to Q3? We're going to send early, as always. And let's race through. So what can we do? What can we do? We need a good lap first. We're going to get a good lap in as well. No traffic. Good laps needed. Come on, 117.4. And a one. What have we got here? 117.5. That's good laps. So here we go then. In Q2, our final runs. Albon on the cusp. Obviously, we used tyres in that first run. Pourchaire going out, but we need improvement. We've got an Alpine ahead. That Alpine looks just far enough ahead. And who is it? It looks Ocon. I think Ocon might be coming into the pits actually. Ocon does, and that releases us. Release me. Come on, Ocon's P. Well, I thought that was our car then, because we clicked on it. Here we go. Albon and Pourchaire. Come on, Albon. Get a good lap time in. New tyres. You've got to be going quicker. Got to be. We need it. And it's a yellow 26.2. 26.2 as well for Pourchaire. Both off the pace. We only need 0.71. Middle sector down 18.9. And it's an improvement 18.8. And we're getting traffic again. I don't think Albon's going to make it out here. He's following a Red Bull. Unless he gets towed by the Red Bull, I think this could be curtains in Q2. He's getting a lovely slipstream. And Albon does improve, but only his last sector. Across the line, we're out in Q2 again. Look how close we are. 0.051, 0.071. That is all that stops us from getting through. I really fancied us to get a Q3 result. Alonso just hanging on. I mean, we did similar times. Oh, it's back to reality, isn't it? Here for Australia. We thought we were in the right progression in last race. We have got loads of parts on the way. And strategy-wise, I am going to stick on medium and hards. Don't think it's worth changing up that. I think I'm going to do both, and we can go a lot longer. I don't know why. Yeah, let's go a lot longer. We'll keep... Oops, let's update that. Let's go back to Albon and update him, because we definitely don't want to hit that early for hard. So we could go hard, medium as well. And let's get ready to attack. So Australia's going to come thick and fast. We are 11th and we are 12th. So we are there where we probably should be. Right on the verge of points, but just out of reach. Here we go, team. Come on, Williams, either side of the grid. Strong teams ahead of us. Aston Martin not good this season. But what are we going to do? Let's get on board. No crashes, please, folks. And into the first corner. We remain positions that we have, 11th and 12th. And this could be... It's a very tricky track to overtake, Australia, so let's not think that it's going to be over quite quickly in terms of positions, because it can be carnage. And obviously, as you can see, we're pushing on lap 1, trying to get through. It is Gasly, Hamilton, and we are against very strong teams. That's what we've got to kind of realise. Like, we're not just suddenly going to start beating Alpines and Mercedes and Ferraris. We have got our work cut out, but I'll tell you what, compared to the first race last season where we were like 17th and 20th, I think we are making improvements. Fastest lap goes in for Alonso. I'm telling you that Aston Martin working wonders this season so far. And we're going to just try and keep into that DRS range. I am going to just hold off on the ERS and bring that to neutral. Don't need to waste any of that. Everyone tightly group as you'd expect, apart from Hulkenberg, who's dropped away on the soft tyres from Albon. That's a bit of an encouragement, I would say. We're going to just move the tyres down. I mean, we can go pretty aggressive with the tyres, but fuel I'll keep going. What do we got around us? Mediums and softs. It's going to be a very early pit stop for the softs. Tell you what, Porsche did a purple first sector in that one. Fair play to him. And across the line, DRS enabled on lap 3. We've just lost out to, I mean, we're just 8 tenths at the moment. Porsche to Gasly. Hulkenberg's actually managed to fire them tyres up very quickly and close that gap massively. So lap 3, under a little bit of pressure. We've got DRS. Remember, soft hards is potentially what they're doing. So they're going to have to be very fast at the start of the race, but not very slow, but a lot slower in the latter stages where we'll be on the hards, but a lot fresher tyre. So 4 laps completed, well 3 onto lap 4. 8 tenths, we're sticking within DRS here. And Albon is sticking with our own car. So we've just got to fight this off and hope for some moves ahead. But Porsche closing very nicely on Gasly. That is what we need. Come on, let's close up. DRS again about to be triggered. 6 tenths. Gasly's really dropped back from Sainz. We are looking after our tyres. 89, you can see that. Lapping around the same time. Albon lapping slightly quicker. Let's go across the line and see what that time difference is. Let's check P10 to P11 here. It is 22.7, 22.8, so just a tenth in it, but we've got DRS holding us. Albon is right there as well. Don't want to kind of say no, we're so early in the season. But we are okay. We are P11, P12. Yellow flag. Albon's lost positions. Was it Albon? It was Stroll who locked up, and Stroll... Let's take a look at that. Where was he? He was in P3. He was going round the outside of the Red Bull. Oh, so much depth straight off. Stroll moves us into the points, I tell you. This is what we need. Albon is struggling, but Hulkenberg's on the softs. Let's not worry about that. At the moment, Hulkenberg is flying. That's expected. He is pushing hard on them softs. I mean, look at that. 4 tenths is the gap. And he's going to really attack us here in the Haas. Might have enough pace at the moment, but maybe not into the most favourable overtaking spot, which is coming up now. To the outside he goes, but we actually hold off quite nicely. That's a decent bit of defending from our man Porsche. Remember, in his 2nd season in F1 now. learnt a lot from last season. Hopefully no big rookie mistakes anymore. 3 seconds we've dropped to Gasly. Is Gasly pushing a little bit more? Slightly. Sainz as well. And it's just the soft tyres. And here comes Hulkenberg. We look at the acceleration that we do have. We're going to try and keep that position. That means, I think, we're not going to get DRS, or maybe we are. Porsche flying back through. And I tell you what, Albon's there as well to take double Williams versus the Haas. And I tell you what, talk about getting unlucky. Well, you will take that. Albon straight ahead. And it is a battle. Let's have a look. Let's go on board. Porsche from the Williams. It's Hulkenberg trying to close that gap. And we're doing it quite nicely, although we are losing a lot of time to Gasly. 3 seconds. But with double Williams, we're trying. So our 2 drivers are fighting very hard at the moment. Albon and Porsche. Albon has got the quicker car in terms of parts at the moment, so we're going to just move Albon ahead. These 2 really just do not need to have this battle. Verstappen is in. So we are going to now move ahead. And that's an early pit stop. That is a very early pit stop. And he's surely going to be going for the hards as we do come down the straight. And it is a bit of a queue behind us, as always, what seems to be the case. Verstappen is out mediums. That's got to be a committed of a 2-stop then for Verstappen. 4.8 though is the gap that we've got. We're going to push with Albon, try and get him away a bit from Porsche.
Okay.
So on lap 25, there's been a few pit stops. You can see we've got Leclerc, Russell, Ocon, Stroll, obviously coming back through, but all behind us. So we are actually P7, P8. Alonso has pitted. Hamilton now in the pits. He's gone to mediums. That's still going to be a long way for the mediums to go. But maybe with the tyres, I mean, that's where we are. So it's going to be interesting. Pit window is open, but we're okay at the moment. And I don't think I want to just set him off. I mean, maybe we do have a couple of laps pushing here. Basically give Porsche the hold up for these cars behind. Let Albon disappear out front of this train. And then we'll get him into the pits. I think that's probably a strong possibility here. We need to do something. We need to try and sneak away. Because these are still... And there's a yellow flag. Oh no. Porsche. Porsche, what are you doing, my man? Just always... I mean, that is the rookie mistakes. He's lost 6 positions. And now he is going to be struggling. He is going to be struggling. We are going to push probably Albon for one more lap again. We're trying to eke this out as much as we can. Porsche, I think we are going to have to pit this lap now. He has kind of dealt our hand. It's going to be hard. I think these mediums will last to the end. But he's kind of blown us a bit here. Albon, what sort of lap time did he do last time? 7 tenths quicker. And it was quicker than Norris, Magnussen, Leclerc. That's what we want. Bit of clean air, bit of pushing. And currently the gap is 8.4 to Sainz. But we're going to fall all the way past these cars. I mean, what are we going to get? Sheesh, it's going to be quite close. But Albon will continue going. Let's continue. He's looking pretty good. He's okay on fuel. Just looking after the tyres. Let's just do some topping up as well. We might need that a bit later on. You can see the pack just not getting... we just don't get away from the pack even when we're pushing. And I mean, we probably do want to come into the pits because we're attacking... But we're just not gaining, so I think it's time for a pit stop. I think it's hards that we go for. Porsche is in and out. 3.1. Still got to work on that pit time. But he's out in P17. There's a few cars ahead to pit. Stroll, Tsunoda, Magnussen. But he's got a long way to go on them hards. Nothing's over until it's over. Let's always say that. That is always the case, but we've got to close the gap. Albon is in. Good stop needed, please.
Come on. It's going to be about 3 seconds, isn't it? 3.3, I mean, for us, it's not too bad, worryingly. There goes the Haas of Hulkenberg, who has pitted. But are we going to come back again in this race? Because the Alfa Romeo is right behind us. Obviously, we're warming up our tyres. I mean, it all points to the mediums lasting, but if they too stop, it's going to elevate us quite a bit. DRS is open for the Alfa Romeo, but it's not going to bother us at the moment. We do not need this Alfa Romeo past us. That would be damage limitation. Pourchaire's not that far behind Albon, considering he had his little moment, and down the straight we go. If we can hold off the Alfa Romeo for a couple of laps, we can start to move forward. Here comes the Alfa Romeo. Oh my god, look at that. Deep braking and past. That is not what we want to do. We're going to try and come back though on the inside, and I think we are going to come back on the inside here. Hard tyres. DRS open. We're going to go round the outside. Oh, and it's a beautiful move. Albon into P14. And I think we shall push a bit. Beautiful move that was. I like that a lot by Alex. Flap 31 of 58. Again, defend against Bottas. Bottas should not be challenging us. He's on used mediums, a lot older than ours. We just don't want... I mean, we can't. We had this problem last year with Alpine, and we just couldn't break them when we were there. We've got Pourchaire trying to get past Tsunoda, actually. I mean, this is an interesting little battle. Let's see if he can. We'll use the power unit down the straight. I'm actually going to deploy, try and get that break. And here we go. Are we going to get a job done? No, we're not. Let's push again. Let's see if we can get the move. And already, look, just deploying a bit of ERS, 6/10 we move forward. And Pourchaire now coming down the straight, side by side. Hopefully you're going to make the move. That is why you use your ERS perfectly. Pourchaire past Tsunoda, back into P16. We're going to cut down fuel down. We're going to top up again now, because it's already, we've got 8 temps and already dropped 1.4 to Tsunoda. That is looking better. Yep, ERS. Perez has had a pit stop issue for Red Bull. So the question is, can we catch back up? Norris is in the pits. These are on 20, so we're going to move up 2 places. Perez just coming out of the pits now. You can see the McLaren just coming in. So we're going to get past him. And I'll tell you what, we are not a million miles away from Hulkenberg now. Down the straight we go. We are past Norris, who is trundling out the pits now. Pourchaire is not going to get past him. But Norris is out on the softs. Norris is going to be quick. And here comes the Alfa Romeo again, trying to get past us. Pourchaire will move back to neutral. We're trying to hold on. I can't believe we haven't shifted the Alfa Romeo yet. We needed a second. At the minute, 3 temps is all we've got. Come on, Albon. You've got to close this gap. We need the points. And Magnussen and Stroll are both in together. So Alex Albon's going to move up 2 positions. And here comes the Alfa Romeo again. When is this Alfa Romeo going to back off us? Because at the moment, Magnussen's had a pit stop issue as well. Lovely. Sainz has got a pit. But Bottas has got us again. Wow, is Bottas staying ahead of us? This is so frustrating. So Sainz has got a pit, but he's about 18 seconds ahead of us. So we should get ahead. Here comes Sainz. Sainz is in. Just in now. He's just changing tyres onto the softs. I don't think he's actually going to... I think he's going to get ahead and out here. I think that was a bit optimistic from us. Down the straight you go. We can see us in the background. We cannot get past. Let's deploy again. Alex Albon. Down the outside. Cannot get that job done. Top up again. We're really hoping that these hard tyres are going to come back against the mediums. That is what we've got to hope for. Really got to hope for. And we've got him again. A few laps later. Down the straight. Into turn 1. And by turn 2, job is done. But we still got him in the background. We're 3 seconds off a point. The question is, we are putting decent interval sectors in. Gasly's done a 1:26.7 last lap. Is that going to reset as he crosses the line? Yeah, definitely. 1:20.5. He pitted, that is why. So what can we do? Can we get back in the points? It's going to be pretty tough. But we're... Bad news is, Lance Stroll is coming back through the pack. After his massive lock-up earlier, he's on the softs 80%, so he's going to be bang on our tail. He's going to about to probably demote us to P12. Mediums is the one that we got to hope don't last, because if they don't, we are going to be bang there, in with a shout of some points. But it's just really a case of do they last or don't they. At the moment, all signs think that 18 laps to go, they probably are going to manage them tyres. As Stroll now 7 tenths. Well, I didn't think it was going to be long, that's for sure. Stroll now, our man of the moment from last year, giving us points, taking off points. Looks like he is now easily round the outside into P12, so we do lose a position. We're going to get DRS, which is going to save us a little bit, but we're just outside the points. 2 places are needed. DRS keeps us alive here, and it's going to pull us along, especially with him on the softs. If we can just stay a couple of laps in DRS, that gap is going to shrink out front, because it's only 2 seconds behind the Hawk. And with 17 laps to go, Hawk's on 63%. So, can we get him? I'll tell you what, lap 42, 1 lap later, Hulkenberg is really struggling. Really struggling. We're going to still top up actually, because I feel like we can. Porsche is 6 seconds adrift, so it's kind of pointless pushing him at the moment. Here is Hulkenberg. This is the big opportunity for us. If Hulkenberg's struggling, then so is Russell and Hamilton. And they're doing 20.5s. We're lapping slightly quicker. Now we're right behind the man himself, trying to close the gap. Lap 43, we are closing. Not going to use any of our ERS yet. We're going to try to the inside though, no move there. And then we need to just quickly get past. Bottas is in the pit, Porsche moves up to P14. We're going to move back up to neutral, because I think down the straight, we're going to give it a push. Oh, might be earlier than the straight here. Verstappen's in. We're going to push out of that corner. And it's all systems go on the hard tyres. And we are in to P11, or are we? Yes, we are. At the moment, we are past. DRS is going to open for the Haas. Look how quick that top speed is of the Haas. We're deploying absolutely everything to try. You know what happens? We constantly start losing out positions, because it's always to-in and fro-in here in Australia. P11, 13 seconds. If Hamilton needs to pit, we are going to be bang there. And I think we've nearly broke that gap already. Nearly broke it to 8 tenths. If that can be done, this will be massive. And a very, very good early push. DRS is going to bring him in play again. Porsche's not a million miles away either. But we are absolutely pushing. 7 tenths. Remember, DRS as well, keeping Hulkenberg there as we harvest energy. 9 tenths now. Can we get that to a second? We can. And maybe now we can just disappear. Hulkenberg job done. That's on the mediums as well. Question is, Hamilton's down to 56%. What is the gap between us? It is 14 seconds. So if he needs to pit, which I don't think he will, we will be right there. And that will give us an absolute massive, massive chance of a point. But at the minute, we need something to go wrong for somebody else. So I think here, on lap 53, we've obviously dropped Hulkenberg quite significantly. But look at Hamilton's tyres. He's 28. I mean, we're still 14 seconds, isn't it? We're still quite far Doesn't look like it on here though, because it only, I mean, we're 9 seconds from the air, so it probably is 14. I was hoping that we could catch Hamilton if his tyres really go off. We've got 5 laps to go and he's on 41%, so there's a chance that they do go off. But at the moment, we are lapping 3 tenths quicker. I think we're just going to miss out on points in Melbourne. I think it's just not going to be possible. And we're on the final lap. Fernando Alonso. I told you Aston Martin looked strong this season, and I tell you what, overall, I mean, we're only 43 seconds off the lead. Porsche obviously had that big moment as well, which really cost us, but it's not points. That's what obviously we wanted to get, so that's the frustrating part. But I think with a few extra part upgrades, we're going to be that there. 8.6. We are just wasting fuel. But we've got the big teams. We are best of the rest quite clearly here. I mean, Gasly with a great... I mean, Alpine looks strong as well. But P11, I don't know why we're watching Alonso for when he's coming over. Might as well cut down on that. But for us, it's going to be Fernando winning for them. But for us, we're going to come home in P11. Different winner in F1. Melbourne looks like a Ferrari is struggling. P10 and P4. That's going to be, I think they're in for a difficult season. Whereas ourselves, hopefully, on for a good one. But Albon is going to come over. I'm not too displeased for that. Albon takes P11. Porsche, after his mistake, is going to come home P14. It's not bad. It's not brilliant, but it's not bad. Alonso, look, taking victory. Porsche down 3, Alex up 1. Just couldn't scrape through. Max Verstappen leading 4 points from Perez in constructors. Aston Martin are the ones chasing Red Bull right now. We need to up our pit times, but look at that, pretty consistent. We just need a few extra car parts on there. Liam Lawson doing okay. 3.5 million, we'll take that very nicely, and we'll have some manufacturing to do because we are upgrading our parts. Porsche up to 79 as well. Suspension's done. And make sure to come back for round 4, which is from Baku. We need more points, but this is a high-speed track. There's a chance we can get back to it.